Okay, we are here with Kevin Rush, who is the author of the book, The Lance and the Veil. Kevin, tell us about The Lance and the Veil.
Well, The Lance and the Veil is my imagining of how Veronica, who wiped the face of Jesus, and Longinus, who pierced the side of Christ, came to their moment at Calvary. So it comes out of a lot of research that I did into the historical background, into the cultural background, to what we actually knew about these saints, and then I add my kind of imaginative gloss to the narrative.
Now, how much research was necessary? Obviously, there's a lot of traditions involved with both Veronica and Longinus.
Right.
How deeply did you have to research those traditions to turn it into the book, to make it readable in the way you wanted it to be?
Well, I guess I was fortunate in that there isn't that much there. Now, the bulk of my research went into the history of Rome and the politics and what was going on there, and how the politics of Rome influenced events in Judea and the interplay there. But as far as specifically Longinus and Veronica go, there is really scant material on them, and most of it is apocryphal. It's not really historically verifiable. So, for instance, Longinus, the centurion, the Gospels say that he pierced the side of Christ and said, truly this man was the Son of God, or truly this was a righteous man, depending on which Gospel you read.
Now, was Longinus the centurion, or was he a person under the centurion?
No, he was the centurion there at the crucifixion. So the Gospel doesn't name him. In fact, in my research, I found out that his name is Gaius Cassius Longinus, which is the same name as one of the conspirators that killed Julius Caesar. So it's possible that that traditional name given to the centurion was actually taken from Roman lore. In fact, I did a short YouTube video, which has gotten about 7,000 views on YouTube, on Longinus as executioner, convert, and saint, and a lot of the, explain the research and what I found out about him. Legend tells us that he was losing his eyesight, and that when he pierced the side of Christ, blood and water flowed from the side of Christ and restored his eyesight. He had a conversion experience. He accepted Christ as the Son of God, and he took instruction from the disciples and became a monk in, I believe it was Cappadocia.
Now, how about Veronica?
Now, Veronica doesn't exist in the Gospels at all. She comes to us from Catholic tradition. And so we know her as the girl from the sixth station of the cross who wipes the face of Jesus after he falls for the first time. We don't know where she came from. We don't know where she went. The only sources that we have on her seem to be apocryphal sources made up in the 2nd or 3rd century AD. For instance, there's a source called the Acts of Pilate, which says that when the crowd was chanting, "Crucify him, crucify him," there was a woman in the crowd saying, "My name is Veronica. I had a hemorrhage for 12 years and he cured me." So that
the tradition is her being the one who touched the robe of Jesus.
That story links her with the hemorrhagic woman. And in fact, a pope at the time declared that, yes, that Veronica was the hemorrhagic woman, but there's really nothing historically verifiable in that story. To me, it just struck me as another writer using his imagination to create Veronica.
So you were able to do that to tell this story, The Lance and the Veil, which is a fictional account of, well, it's historical fiction, which is very popular these days.
Yes.
Where can people find this book?
Well, you can go to my website, kevinrush.us, and that has links to this book. You can see you can read a sample chapter of the book, and you can get links to purchase it. You can also see my first book, which was Earthquake Weather, a novel for Catholic teens, which I released back when I was teaching parochial school in the Bay Area.
Right, Kevin Rush, thank you so much for your time.
And thank you, Peter.